Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, it's Rose. What's up? As most of you know, I'm in Montana right now, so I thought I would just share with you, the experience leading up to getting here. It was a whole mess. I have a bunch of fluids that I have to bring with me. IV fluids. Shit ton of them, right? So, first of all, we get there, and they're just like, that's 5 pounds over the limit. After I called 6 times, making sure that my fluids would be fine on the plane, and they told me medical bags are free.
So I'm editing this and I realized I didn't really explain what I mean by they said medical bags are free. They were trying to make me pay an extra however much money because the bag was 5 pounds over their limit after they told me they were free. So go ahead, Rose.
Right? Medical bags are free. You know? Whatever. And then they go, there's no record of you ever calling. There's no record of me ever calling. Okay. And they tell me that it's 5 pounds over the limit, so... And I'm like, no shit, it's 5 pounds over. It's fucking bags, liters of fluids. And they're just, giving us shit for having fluids. And I'm like, okay, but... That's how that went. That was, the beginning. And then we get to TSA. We get to TSA, and we're like, so, this bag is connected to me, and this bag has, 12 liters of fluids in it. We already had checked my TPN bag, so this was just my carry-on. And they're like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. And they put the bag up, they open it up, and they're like, what do we do with this? And then they look at us and go, no, you're fine. You're fine. Everything's fine, but... And then they look back at their, supervisor. But what do we do with this? Do we put it in this thing? Do we run it under this thing? What? They're just, shook by my fluids. So I'm like, I just go ahead on because they're like, we have to pat you down because you can't go through the metal detector thing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And the lady comes over and she's the sweetest, Russian lady or, Eastern Europe lady that I've ever met. And she's like, hi, sweetheart, I'm going to pat you down now. And by pat me down, she means, rub me down. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna just lift your arms up. Just gonna... And she's like, in your breasts now. And she's rubbing under my boobs, rubbing my butt, rubbing all my shit. And she's like, okay, now I'm gonna check your wheelchair. And she takes out this stick, this metal stick, and just starts, 2 of them, just hitting my wheelchair underneath of it, just and I'm like, if I had something hidden in my wheelchair, I think I would do a better job of hiding it than letting it be detected by a stick that's just... she didn't even look at it. She's just hitting everything, hitting me. I'm like, okay, oh, alright. And then she's like, you're good to go. And I'm like, okay, let me just recover from that experience. Oh, I forgot. Here's the real kicker of the whole thing. So, my flight was supposed to be at 5 a.m. on the 27th, right? This was with United. And we get there at 2:33 in the morning, and there's no one there. No one. My dad looks and he goes, there's nobody home. There was not a single person in the United section. And we're like, maybe they'll come up whenever we need to go up, you know? That's how things work, right? No. My sister starts looking through all her emails, right? And she's looking through all the emails, and she goes, shit. And we're like, what? Our flight's not till 8:15. We were there at like 2:30 in the morning. I hadn't slept in well over 24 hours at this point. So has everyone else. Okay. And we're just like, well, shit. So we rent a hotel room for like maybe 3 hours just to like fucking conk out because we're all dead. And we get back, and that's when all the shit started with the TSA. So, where was I? So we're done with TSA. We get to the flight. They're like, you get to board first. We barely made it. Mind you, we barely made it. We got there as soon as early boarding started. We're like, okay, cool, we get to board first. So we're rolling me down the little hallway thing, get to the end, trying to get me out of my wheelchair, and then just like a fucking stampede of people just come like to the plane, and we're sitting there like how is this early boarding? How is this gonna work? And I'm like my dad has to like hold all my weight and move my legs, and we're just like sitting there like, do we just wait for everyone else now? Like, it was just a mess, you know? Like, nobody knows how to handle disabled people on flights. It's like a whole ordeal. No matter what disability you have, it's just a whole ordeal, especially if you have medical equipment and you need like special accommodations. They're just like, what the fuck do we do with this girl? Like, holy shit. Yeah, and then we get to Denver from Washington, D.C. And now that our flights changed, we have a 4-hour layover instead of an hour layover. And we're like, okay, this airline sent one email in October saying our flight changed. I called 6 times, as I said, and each time they confirmed that the flight was at 5 a.m. And this layover that was changed because of the fucking times or whatever, it's just 4 hours. And I'm like, what? So we should have gotten to Montana around like 4 p.m. like here by 4. No. They added like 7 hours to our trip, and we finally get on the plane, and we finally get to Missoula, that was our flight. That was our last stop before we drove to Big Sky, where we are. And it's just like this teeny tiny little airport. There's nobody there. It's like just our flight, and we're leaving, and we're waiting for our luggage. Everyone's waiting for the luggage. We're watching it go round and round and round. My sister doesn't have hers. My brother doesn't have his, and the thing stops. And we're just like, okay. Like, this is fine, too. Like, we didn't need luggage. We're, like, looking for all these people, trying to find where the fuck the bags went. And this guy was like, oh yeah, these went around the carousel thing a couple times, so I just took them off. He just took them off. Like, it's pretty obvious that somebody is getting off of the flight to get their bags, and you're just gonna take it off the carousel. But this isn't where the fun ends, by any means. So we finally get into the rental car. It's like 6:30 here time, which is 2 hours earlier than where I live on the East Coast. And it's 6, so basically it's 8. And we had been running since like 9 a.m. the day before, right? And we're like, it's a 3-hour drive from Missoula to Big Sky, and we're just like, this is fine. So we're driving, and then a huge ass snowstorm hits. Like, so bad that we don't even know, like, it's not even like you can't see the lanes. It's like you can't see the road. Like, the road is gone. The road is like TV static. Like, you're fucked. Like, we're like hitting the rumble strips, like just trying to make it to Walmart to get our shit, and we're like, this is taking an extra like hour and a half on top of our 3 hours to get where we're going. Long story short, we don't get there until midnight on Sunday. So basically, Monday morning at midnight. So United, please DM me, I just want to talk. But we made it. We're here. It's great. It's beautiful. I've posted a lot of pictures on my Instagram of it. It's so pretty. I'll put some pictures in here. Beautiful state. Beautiful resort. Skiing apparently is amazing. Haven't been able to ski because, like, these bitches don't work. There's a hot tub outside, even though it's like -5. The hot tub is like 200 degrees, so you're like just like boiling, and I'm like sitting in there like this, like not getting my line wet, just like this is where I live now. I'm never getting out. I'm never getting out of here, because if I get out, I'm gonna freeze to death. This is it. This is where I live now. It's fine. It's fine. This is my house. I'm boiling. I am like Mr. Krabs. I'm boiling. It's fine. The trip itself has been not too spectacular for me, just because I just get to watch everyone do shit from outside of my window. You know, like, I would show you what it looks like outside of my window, but like, it took me so long to get this to stand here. You're on top of a suitcase with like a tripod, but like you're barely up. Like, it's like half the tripod's here, half the tripod's here. You're like, so you just get to see me. It's been an okay trip. I've just been stuck in my room just doing my normal shit, but at least I'm in a different place, you know, and I get to hang out with my family who I never see. It's my biological dad. When I live with my mom and my stepdad. With my biological dad, my sister, my brother, and then my dad's best friend and his wife and their daughter, and they're basically like family, because this is like the family trip we do all the time. So yeah, I leave Saturday. I was gonna try and vlog, but like I haven't done shit, so it wouldn't have been fun. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know, like, the situation around all of this, because I was gonna just start with a Q&A, but I figured that my story was better. This is just the first sit-down video that I'm gonna make. If you guys want to leave comments, like, what I should do next, like, should I do vlogs? I don't know what to do. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad. I procrastinate so hard. I've been meaning to make a video for like fucking like months, and I just haven't, because why would I do that? Alright, well, if you want to like this and if you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. If not, you don't have to. I'm not that great. Follow me on Instagram, but I'm pretty sure most of you are coming from Instagram, so peace.